Okay, so here is the os coxae, formerly known as the pelvic bone. It's no longer called the pelvic bone, it's called the os coxae, or the coxal bone. It is made up of three bones that are fused together, the ilium, the ischium, and the pubis. And as you can see, it's a very large three-dimensional bone. Okay, just going to zoom out just a little bit here so you can see the whole thing. Okay, so it's got multiple features that you are going to need to be able to identify. So when I take this os coxae and I kind of grab it like this is the ilium here, the ischium is in the center, and the pubic bone is down here at the bottom. All right. So on the ilium, let's turn it this way. You need to know the anterior superior iliac spine. That's right there. A spine is just a pointy process. Okay. This entire ridge right here is called the iliac crest. When you stand and you put your quote unquote hand on your hip, that's what you're resting your hand on, is the iliac crest. Okay. Well, we've got it in this position. We'll take a look right here, and this is our greater sciatic notch. So it's this big, huge notch. Your sciatic nerve runs through that, and your sciatic nerve is a very, very large nerve. We're going to spin it around this way, okay, and we're going to look at a couple of features here. Here's our auricular surface. Remember the auricular surface on the sacrum, okay, that actually is what articulates with the auricular surface on the ilium. This beautiful, smooth, shallow depression is the iliac fossa. Fossa is a shallow depression, right? And I usually ask my students to know that the iliacus muscle is what sits in this iliac fossa, right here. Right here you can see a raised ridge, and that is called the arcuate line. Okay, this makes up what they call the rim of the pelvis, and when we look at the male and the female pelvis, I'll talk about how this kind of plays into that. All right, so those are the features on the ilium. Now we're going to look at the ischium, which is here kind of in the middle. And while we've got it in this position, we can find our ischial spine right here. Again, a spine is a pointy process, so that's the ischial spine right there. I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to look at the inferior posterior aspect, and you're going to see a feature right here that you see is roughened, which means that what? That something attaches to it if it's roughened. Okay. Also, if you kind of look at it this way, you see that it's rounded. So I tell my students, remember, rounded and roughened is the ischial tuberosity. Your ischial tuberosity is literally what you sit on. When you sit down, this is what you're sitting on. Okay. Also, the hamstring muscles are attached to this. That's why it's roughened. Okay. While we've got it here, we'll take a look at the obturator foramen, which is this huge hole right here. And we'll also look here at the acetabulum, which is the socket of the ball and socket joint that make up your hip joint. This is the acetabulum, the socket. When we look at the pubic bone, okay, which is here, all right, we see this feature right here. So this is the pubic symphysis, or the symphysis pubis. This is where the two pubic bones come together. And again, when you look at the video of the male and the female pelvis, you'll see how these two pubic bones come together. This will be the superior ramus of the pubic bone, and this is the inferior ramus of the pubic bone. And that is our os coxae.